right, how do I know if I'm building a business that could eventually run without me? Because that's what we all want, right? We want a business that can run without you in it. So that's what we're going towards. And in doing so, keeping in mind, you need to work on the business, not in the business, because when you're working in the business, you're the manager, you're doing the orders, you're fulfilling orders, you're doing phone calls, you're doing things in the business. So reassess and assess the task that you're doing and say, is this handling the direction of the business, and am I working on the business, or am I really working in the business? Because if you're working in the business, you're not working on it, and ultimately it's a job and it's not a business. So freedom isn't just financial, it's also operational. And there's some things that you can do to really test yourself, because maybe you don't know if you can take a vacation or you can do something and have the business run without you. And if the business is heavily reliant on you, then you're working in the business, you're not working on it. And a couple of things that I like saying is this: if you can leave the business for a few days, if you don't have to be in the business every single day, if you can go on a vacation, then these are things that will tell you that the business is operational without you. You've done a good job of putting SOPs in place, the right leadership in place, and the right staff, and built a great community and culture in the business that allows you to step away and do things outside of the business while the business keeps running. You definitely want to inspect what you expect, but being able to step away for a bit will show you if the business will continue to run without you and if it will continue to run without you the correct way. So sales drop when you're unavailable. This is an indicator that there's a problem with the business, right? Customers only want to work with you personally. This is a problem, and this means that you're working in the business. You can't take a real vacation. You're working in the business, not on the business. If you're a vital role in the business and there's a bottleneck happening in the business based on your decisions, the time it takes to make these decisions, or your availability, you're probably working in the business and not on it. So how do you make the business independent? There's a few steps. Building leadership layers, managers and directors, having people, depending on the size of your business, handle key vital roles. Sometimes this is in the business itself, sometimes this is outsourced to somebody else. You can have an HR manager that she is not in the business, but she handles everything HR, and she's a consultant that's paid off to the side. We talk about that in our group, our school group, and also our virtual scaling accelerator. Maybe you have some other type of director or a CEO running the business that is a by the hour type of CEO, where they are able to run the business and do certain things by the hour as you grow, and you get the expertise as a massive consultant, but you get the experience from somebody as well who runs these types of companies at large, or that has done great things in the past. So there's not one size fits all. Don't think that you just have to hire somebody in full time and that's it. You have to be fluid and you have to change things around. Now, codify systems and SOPs, which simply means how do you make things, processes, and procedures effective and able to be understood not just by you, but your managers and your staff. And how do you hold them accountable for doing that? I mentioned this on earlier videos that I did here that talked about, I have warehouses, and we do certain systems and build systems that are very heavy on the technical side of things. And so there's certain sizes of screws and fittings and valves and stuff that go together. And so ultimately, every time I'm there, when I did it up front, I said, you know what? I'm gonna repeat this more than 4 times. I need to turn this into an SOP. So I need a document that'll do this, but I also need a video. And then I alphanumeric code that video. So there's like A12 or A1 or B7. And ultimately the different letters are gonna be different products or different systems within these products. And then ultimately the number is the video number. So they know to watch these in a certain order to understand this better. So I get them the SOPs and I tell my staff, whether it's Loom videos, recording things with an iPhone or anything else, watch this, understand this, and revert back to this, know where it's located versus coming to me and asking me about the process. And this is actually what we do in our veteran system, which is video editing, transcription editing. It's a whole acronym, right? And a couple more, obviously, where we come into a business as the consultant and say, virtual scaling, veteran system, 2 programs we offer. And I go, look, here's what you can do. Here's the videos that you need to have. This is what we're gonna create. These videos will double or triple as content for customers. Content online gets more traction and more SEO and more marketing ability. And they also train internally on staff, but they also help with customers as well, so that the customers can get more information on the product and their average cart values and average order value are higher, and they don't bog your phone lines down as much. This is just part of the entire system, but this is where it starts. Simple videos that explain how to do certain things. Shot a little bit different than an internal operating procedure, because we don't want to give our processes away either. Now, strengthening the brand and customer trust in the business. It's not so you're not just the founder. You're not just the one that people are coming after all the time. So you need to strengthen your brand, and you need to get customers to trust in the business, because customers early on in business are always going to ask for the owner. Why? They know that you're more flexible. They know that you're offering discounts. They know that you're probably a new owner, because bigger companies, you can't call bigger companies and get the owner of the company or the CEO. It just doesn't work like that. They got gatekeepers, they got assistants, they got other staff that handle certain things. And it gets to the point where if you went to a big corporation and said, hey, I got a problem and I need help with the shipping on an order, they're gonna laugh and go, why are you calling me? Like that's our lower level tech support that helps with that, or one of our other people at a much lower position. So there's definitely different levels, and there's definitely gated types of situations here that protect you, and you should utilize that as well. In your mind, think of your business as a larger corporation. You have different departments. Different departments are on different levels at different floors, and you're up at the top. Nobody can just walk in and come right up to your office. They'd have to go to the front desk lady. They'd have to get on the phone with somebody. They'd have to hit up your assistant, and there's different checks and balances there. So your time is appreciated, and your time is gated so that not anybody can just get a hold of you. Ultimately, you're going to want to make sure that you track benchmarks. Now, this is important because regarding benchmarks, can your business operate 30 plus days without you? First of all, can you take a week vacation or work remotely and your business still operates? I know I can. My businesses, most of them operate off my cell phone and off my laptop. Some of my businesses are right on a WhatsApp chat. I mentioned this before. I run my entire company because somebody else is running it. I'm over here communicating with them about certain things, checking certain things, doing photos and balances, and checking different reports or certain things that go out before they go out, or certain emails if they need questions with. But these are things that for the most part, they have standard operating procedures already done. They may just be doing something custom, which is a novelty thing, and it brings it to my attention, so I have to advise on that. Then we turn that into part of the SOP, right? So even if you love working in the business and building the business, you want freedom capacity, which increases valuation if you ever sell the business, right? Because if you're an integral part of the business, then guess what? You're gonna have a problem selling it later. And the good tip here is this. The good tip is, if you're in the info space or you're doing videos for your business, are you promoting the business and the brand, or are you really promoting yourself? There's different gurus out there that they are integrated in their business, so they could never go sell their business because they are the business. Don't get locked into that situation. Yes, you could use that to start, but start systematizing this where the brand and the business is actually what you're promoting, even if you do the video, so that you can always step away, or you could technically sell the business and it still operates even without you. So key takeaways are gonna be, your business success is gonna be tied to you not being the integral part of the business, or working behind the scenes where you set up the systems and the frameworks and other SOPs. And guess what? You're not reliant on the business every second of every day in order for the business to operate. On the next episode that we have coming up, we are going to talk about how do I maintain innovation while managing daily operations. See you there.